A day after violence plunged Kyrgyzstan into chaos, protesters burned the president's house. The opposition claims power in the capital, Bishkek. Former Foreign Minister Rosa Otunbayeva says she will head an interim government until elections are held in 6 months. She says President Kurmanbek Bakiyev must go.
We want to negotiate with him, negotiate just regarding the resignation, not about other things. His business is finished in Kyrgyzstan.
But Mr. Bakiyev, who was elected to his second term last year, fled the capital Wednesday. He says he's now in the southern part of the country, rallying his supporters, and he will not resign. This is what the streets of Bishkek looked like on Thursday. Shops were looted, empty, windows shattered. We spoke with American Balin Forcier via Skype. He lives in the capital.
There's quite a few shops with glass broken and a few shops that are burnt down, but there's also shops that have signs on the windows saying that we're with the people, and those shops seem to be skipped over.
Forcier says it's difficult to know who's in power. He says a people's militia cruises the streets in cars with men waving guns in the air.
Take me back to when you normally left your apartment and when you normally walked down the street of the city. How different was it when you first stepped out that door, and what type of reaction did you have?
The city is very uneasy. It's very difficult to walk the streets. You're always watching your back, making sure no one's looking at you strangely or anything like that.
A U.S. airbase in the Central Asian nation supports NATO operations in Afghanistan. Flights were suspended for several hours on Wednesday. Otunbayeva has said the U.S. airbase will remain open. Ariel Cohen of the Heritage Foundation knows Otunbayeva and considers her a moderate. He says China and Russia never approved of the American presence there.
For Ms. Otunbayeva, the challenge is going to be get on the phone to Beijing, get on the phone to Moscow, work that angle out, and then negotiate with the Americans getting at least as much money as Mr. Bakiyev did, because if she gets less, she will lose face.
For now, the mountainous country is far from calm.
It's nighttime now, correct? What are you hearing
Yes.
out on the streets? Are you still hearing gunfire?
Yeah, every so often. It's not as bad as it was last night, but there are still occasional gunshots.
And that's what worries Forcier and many others. An unclear direction for an uneasy nation in a strategic part of the world. Carolyn Presutti, VOA News.